Hi and welcome to TMG Movie Reviews. I'm Rick.
I'm Andrew, and today we are discussing David Guggenheim's Gossip from 2000. Gossip is a film that I think it's so weird. I was saying to Rick the other night how weird it is to have a film based on rumour where you actually have to speak to people to spread a rumour. Like now, I mean, this film was made in 2000, so we didn't have Twitter back then, we didn't have Facebook. And it's weird to see some of these actors. It's got Lena Headey from Game of Thrones.
Cersei Lannister, yeah.
Cersei Lannister. It's got Joshua Jackson from Bones and from Dawson's Creek.
And Fringe.
It's got, who else has got in it now?
It's got
Kate Hudson from Almost Famous.
Kate
it's
Hudson.
Like a who's who of people who are famous.
Daryl Dixon from Walking Dead.
Norman Reedus. Yeah, everyone's in Gossip. And Eric Bogosian as well from Talk Radio.
We can't forget about Prince Charming from Enchanted though, can we?
Oh god, he's in as well, James Marsden. It's a roll call of people who now are famous and 10, 15 years ago were just getting their
That's what I like about this movie, because when you look back at it, I mean, this is an all-star cast, but at the time it wasn't. These were all nobody.
These were all like nobody.
Apart from Joshua Jackson.
From Dawson's Creek, and he's barely in it. It's a little tiny part he plays. Yeah, just a brief run of the story. A group of college students studying journalism, their professor challenges them on the ethics of stories and how things spread, and they all decide to make up a rumour about a virginal young woman and her boyfriend, and then actually as a rumour does, it starts to get twisted and transmogrified, and eventually comes to the point where was the encounter that they made up have more to it than we actually know.
I mean, just the premise is brilliant. Just
yeah,
the sort of
brilliant idea.
Spoken word and sort of how much damage it can do just from like spreading the rumour. I mean, it eventually gets someone sort of nearly convicted of rape just for them starting the rumour.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, obviously you find out later in the film that's the rumour was actually started not just as an experiment, but to sort of cover someone else's.
Indiscretions, I suppose, is the best word.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Yeah, so you've got the three sort of flatmates all living together, and there's sort of it's a bit of an odd situation anyway, because there's like one rich kid.
Yeah, it's just sort of working class, one rich guy, and you used to get that division in films a lot, of the rich kid and the slightly poorer kid, so there's that sort of class tension there.
Yeah, and there seems to be a tension between them. It's sort of like a love triangle, sort of, and it's sort of an unspoken one. In that respect, it sort of reminded me a lot of Shallow Grave, sort of with the three flatmates. Yeah,
it's an interesting sort of, if you like Shallow Grave, you'd probably like this film as well.
Some of the characters are a lot more likeable than Shallow Grave.
The ones in Shallow Grave, the Grave characters are all vile. And I think in that film,
especially like Lena Headey's character, she's really good in this.
Yeah, she's great, and then she was like 27 when she played that part, and she plays college age quite well, I think.
Yeah, well, she's a really good actress. I mean, she's Sarah Connor, and she's Cersei Lannister.
So yeah, can't pretty go. If you've got Cersei and Sarah in one movie, then yeah, you can't really go wrong, I don't think. Gossip is sort of vintage now, given, as I say, that rumours have spread so much now through the internet, whereas back in the day, back in 2000, you had to spread your rumours, verbally. So I think.
Or just not spread rumours.
Or just not spread a rumour. Yeah,
you have to do it verbally.
Yeah, you have to.
If you did though.
Yeah, you don't have to spread a rumour. I mean, we'd rather you didn't, because it's not a nice thing to do.
Yeah, you don't have to spread one, but if you do have to spread one, you've got to do it verbally.
Yeah, it's one of the perils. It was one of the perils of the time, sadly.
Yeah. One of the things that I thought about it when I watched it, when I rewatched it, was. The sort of big plot holes. I mean, like there's this big elaborate plan at the end to sort of catch the villain out, and I don't want to say who that is because it's going to give away the twist. But then they sort of leave the villain in the room with the evidence that they've just collected, and everybody leaves him there with it. And to me, that just does not very right.
It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting to sort of see all these little tropes and see how it works, and gradually as things build up, it is quite tense, and it will keep you guessing. It's not the sort of film you can really turn off halfway through, because such as it is, you want to know how things go and how things progress.
Yeah, all the characters are quite engaging. The story's quite interesting. The plot twists are interesting to follow. I do think once you sit down and start watching it, you'd have a hard time sort of being able to turn it off, because it does keep you hooked, and it's in that respect it's a good thriller. It's not a great thriller, but it's a good one.
No, it's good. What would you give it?
I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd go with 3 out of 5. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a solid thriller. It's great to see all these sort of famous actors now, when they were younger, when they were less known, and just sort of making the mark.
Yeah, so it's an interesting piece to see how they began and how they started, and a reasonably good enjoyable thriller for an evening, especially if you're quite young, you probably get quite a kick out of it, and if you're our age, you'll get a kick out of the days before the internet, before when everyone was sort of had to speak to each other, which I just think is fascinating. So yeah, 3 for me, really enjoyed it.
If you like this review, please don't forget to hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel because we do try and put up about 3 videos a week.
Yeah, 3 videos a week we always try and aim for. So yeah, so if you, as we always say, if there's anything you'd like us to review, do let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Thank you.